Good morning students. Today I am going to start another new unit, gravitation. So in this unit we are going to discuss about gravitation and gravity, Newton's law of gravitation, gravitational field, intensity of gravitational field, potential energy, etc. Okay. So are you ready for getting new knowledge with new energy? Okay. So let us now start. The first topic is gravitation. What is gravitation? The force between any two body, just like book and pen, you and me, force of gravitation. The force between any two body in the universe is known as gravitation. But force between earth and any other body is called gravity. So actually these are two forces. The similarity is these two are forces. But difference is that in case of gravitation, body may be any two body. But in case of gravity, one body is permanently should be earth. Okay, another body may be different, just like book, pen, you, another object. Okay, so force between any two body is known as gravitation, and force between earth and any other body is called gravity. Clear? So now the second topic is Newton's law of gravitation. Newton's law of gravitation. Okay. In this Newton's law of gravitation, every body in the universe attracts every other body with a force which is directly proportional to product of the masses of the body and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So we can write the force between any two body in the universe is directly proportional to product of the masses and inversely proportional square of the distance between them. Okay, so let us now consider two bodies A and B of masses m1 and m2. Okay, separated r distance apart in a medium. Then each body experiences a force due to other. Means a body experiences a force due to other. That force always attractive in nature. It means this body experiences force in this direction. Okay. Similarly, second body also experiences force to first body. Okay. So these two forces always be attractive in nature. Okay. So according to Newton, gravitational force always attractive in nature, never be repulsive in any condition. And this force independent of the nature of the body and nature of the medium. So we can write the force between two body is directly proportional to product of the masses of the body and inversely proportional square of the distance between them, means F proportional 1 upon r square. Okay. On combining these two, we get F proportional m1 m2 upon r square. Okay. If we change this proportional sign into equal, then a constant comes capital J, m1 m2 upon r square. So here capital G is proportionality constant. Called universal gravitational constant. Okay, universal gravitational constant. its value is 6.67 into 10 raised to power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Okay, so please note here its value is 6.67 into 10 raised to power 11 Newton meter per kg square. Newton meter square per kg square. Okay, and this universal gravitational constant is a scalar quantity. Its value always remains same, means does not depend on position, does not depend on nature of the medium. So we can say that its value on the surface of the earth is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square, and its value at the center of the earth also be 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg, or its value on the surface of the moon also be 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So in all places in the universe its value always remains same, does not depend on the position and does not depend on the nature of the medium. Now dimensional formula of capital G is m minus 1 L cube T minus 2. Okay, its dimension is m minus 1 L cube T minus 2. Now these 2 points always keep in mind. Newton's law of gravitation hold good for object lying at very large distances and also at very small distances. But important thing is that it fails when the distance between two objects is less than 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter. Means when the distance between two bodies is less than 10 raised to the power minus 9 meter, then Newton's law of gravitation fails. Okay. In second point, gravitational force of attraction between two bodies always attractive, never be repulsive in any condition, in any place. Okay. Now the next topic is vector form of Newton's law of gravitation. This is the new topic for you. To consider two bodies A and B of masses m1 and m2 placed r distance apart. So each body experiences the attractive force due to other, means body A experiences attractive force due to B. So we can write FAB means force on A due to B. Similarly, B body experiences a force due to A. So this is also attractive force, and this is represented by FBA means force on B due to A. Right? So FAB means force on A due to B. FBA means force on B due to A. Okay. And similarly, when we measure the distance from B to A, then this is represented by RBA, means unit vector directed from B to A. Similarly, this distance denoted by RAB means unit vector from A to B. Okay. So according to Newton's law of gravitation, so FAB equal to G m1 m2 upon r square. Now see in a figure what is the direction of AB? This force acting towards B means its direction is towards A to B, means we have to mention here R A B cap. Okay, this cap shows only direction, then after we can place the vector sign, otherwise it shows only magnitude. Okay, so here RAB cap means unit vector directed from A to B. Similarly, force experienced by body B, FBA equal to G M1 M2 upon R square. Now see, the direction of this force is directed from B to A, means we have to mention here RBA cap, then we place here vector sign. It means RBA cap means unit vector along B to A. Okay, since RAB cap is equal to minus RBA cap, because these two unit vector are oppositely directed. Okay, so now substitute this value in equation 1. So we can write FAB vector is equal to minus GM1 M2 upon R square, here R BA, and this term is equal to FBA according to this equation 2. So we can write FAB vector is equal to minus sign, then the value of this is FBA vector. So we can say that FAB vector is equal to minus FBA vector. So these two forces are equal and opposite, means two body always experience attractive force. Okay, let us now see the characteristics of gravitational force. The main characteristics of gravitational force are: number 1, gravitational force is the weakest force in the nature. Okay, it is the weakest force in the nature. Now second point, it is a long range force, means this force acts between sun and earth. So as we know that the distance between sun and earth is very large, and this force is inversely proportional to square of the distance. So it is a long range force. Third important point is gravitational force is conservative force. Gravitational force is a conservative force. Conservative force means work done by this force depends only on initial position and final position. It does not depend on the path followed by the body. Okay. Now last important point is gravitational force is central force, means these two forces act along a line which join the two body. So we can say that the gravitational force is a central force. So let us now see the next topic, gravitational field. Actually, the gravitational field is the space around any material body. Suppose this is any body just like Earth, okay, and its mass m and radius r. So as we know that every body attracted towards center of the earth, the region behind it, the property of earth that attract the body. So here space around any material body in which gravitational force can be experienced is known as gravitational field. If any body inside this field is present, then that body experiences a force due to this material body, that is the earth, okay, and falls towards center of the earth. It means when any body present at any point inside this gravitational field experience a force, that force is known as gravitational force. So we can say that space around any material body in which gravitational force can be experienced is known as gravitational field. Okay. So how much force is experienced by a body when placed in a gravitational field? That is known as intensity of gravitational field or gravitational field strength, right? So let us now understand the intensity of gravitational field. So as we know that space around any material body in which gravitational force can be experienced is known as gravitational field of that body. Okay. So for finding the intensity of gravitational field, we have to place a unit mass body at any point which inside the gravitational field. Then force experienced by unit mass body inside the gravitational field is known as intensity of gravitational field. Right? So suppose to find the gravitational field intensity at this point, and we place a body of mass m, okay, and that body experiences the force F due to this body. So intensity of gravitational field is denoted by E. So capital E equal to F upon m. Force per unit mass inside gravitational field is known as intensity of gravitational field. Okay. So let us see here, intensity of gravitational field of a body at a point in the field, this is the field, is defined as the force experienced by a body, means force experienced by a body of unit mass placed at that point. But condition is that the mass of this body should be very small as compared to the source body. Okay. So provided the presence of unit mass does not disturb original gravitational field. So this is possible only in one condition, when mass of this body is negligible to the mass of this body. Okay. It is denoted by capital E. So E equal to force experienced by unit mass body. Okay. So SI unit of gravitational field intensity is Newton per kg. Okay. Quantity vector. Intensity of gravitational field is a vector quantity. Direction towards the center of source body. So here center of this is O, means this body is Earth. So we can say that the maximum intensity of gravitational field of Earth is towards center of the Earth. Okay. Now dimensional formula is LT minus 2. Its dimension formula is LT minus 2. Since E equal to F upon m, so according to Newton's law of gravitation, the value of F is G capital M small m upon capital R. Here capital M is the mass of the Earth, small m mass of the any body, R is the radius of the Earth. So on substituting this value, we get E equal to G mm upon R square, okay, into m. Now this m to m cancel. So new formula of E is Gm upon R square, and this Gm upon R square also equal to small g. So we can say that intensity of gravitational field is equal to acceleration due to gravity of the Earth. Since E equal to Gm upon R square. Now G upon R square is same. This m is break into volume into density. G upon R square, and volume of Earth is 4/3 pi r cube into rho. Now this R square and this cancel. So final new formula of intensity of gravitational field will be 4/3 pi r rho g. Okay. So this is the new formula of intensity of gravitational field, E equal to 4/3 pi r rho g. Now the next topic is gravitational potential. Okay. So gravitational potential at a point inside gravitational field of a body is defined as the amount of work done in bringing a body of unit mass from infinity to that point. Okay, so let us now see in a diagram. So this is a source body of mass capital M and radius capital R, and this one is the gravitational field of this body, and we have to find the potential at this point. Okay, so bring the body of unit mass from infinity to this point. Okay, and calculate the amount of work done. So work done in bringing a body of unit mass from infinity to a point that must be inside the gravitational field of the source body. Okay, so we can say that gravitational potential at a point in gravitational field of a body, this is the gravitational field of this body, is defined as the amount of work done, means to bring the body from infinity to this point, amount of work done in bringing a body of unit mass from infinity to that point, to this point. It is denoted by V. So we can write V equal to W upon small m. Here small m is the body which is moved from infinity to point P. Okay, so its SI unit is joule per kg, and quantity is scalar. It is a scalar quantity because it has only magnitude but no direction. Okay, now drive the expression for gravitational potential. So consider that Earth is a sphere of radius r and mass m. So this is the earth of radius r and mass m. To find the gravitational potential at point P, which is at a distance r from center of the earth, we have to bring the body of mass unit from infinity to point P and calculate the amount of work done. Okay, so suppose at any instant a body is at point A. Okay, so when body of mass m is at point A, then that body experiences a force due to this body according to Newton's law of gravitation. Then force experienced by a body of mass m, F equal to G mm upon x square, because the distance of point A from center of the earth is x. So force experienced by a body which is at point A is given by F equal to G mm upon x square. Now displace a body from point A to B through a very small distance dx. Then a small amount of work is given by dw equal to F into dx. Okay, dw equal G mm upon x square into dx. Okay, now dx and dw is the integral coefficient, so integrating both sides, so w equal integration G mm upon x square into dx. Now put the limit. To lower limit means from where we move the body, means we move the body here from infinity, so lower limit is infinity. And final point is P. The distance of P from center of the earth is r, so upper limit is r. Okay, so G mm is a constant taken outside. This x square can be written as x raised to a minus 2 into dx, limit infinity to r. Now apply the integration formula. G mm x raised to the power minus 1 upon minus 1, because integration of x raised to the power n dx is equal to x raised to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Here n is minus 2, so minus 2 plus 1 means minus 1, right? Here limit infinity to r. So w equal to minus G mm can be written as 1 upon x, limit same infinity to r. Okay, now put the limit G mm same 1 upon r minus sign, then lower limit. So as we know that the value of 1 upon infinity is 0, so w equal to minus G mm upon r. Okay, so according to definition of gravitational potential, V equal to W upon m. Now substitute the value of W, minus G mm upon r into this small m to m cancel, to gravitational potential is equal to minus Gm upon r. Okay, so gravitational potential always be negative. Okay, if at infinity, any body is at infinity, we have to find the gravitational potential at infinity, then potential will be 0, because when we put here infinity means in denominator infinity, then the value of V will be 0. Okay.